wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the gun, here's Fields. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a run on first down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off play action, Fields. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they get it to him again. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Now Mon. Escaping the pressure right. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw went a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, Fields. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. It was Von Miller who shot in there to get him down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A huge play there for Chicago. First and goal from the 3. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? When you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Second and goal from the 6 this time. Here's Fields. Rolling to his right. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great play there. With his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears.
Makes the score Bears 7, Vikings nothing. Cairo Santos to kick off for Chicago.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. There goes a deep ball, end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and we are tied here in the second quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Fields. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, what a move. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Coming in, he really likes his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Mond now off of play action. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll bring up second down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Second and 5. Cook stripped, the ball's out. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. Now, I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Third down from the gun, it's Mond. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. Touchdown! Dalvin Cook from 13 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Joey slide out and kick off after the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Fields now to throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach. Let's face it, this season certainly has not gone the way many had expected or at least hoped. And I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier this week.
Yeah, we certainly did, didn't we? Because, let's face it, he's heard the whispers. And they're growing louder that he shouldn't be around next year. He essentially stormed out of that meeting you just referenced with the reporters. How did he end it? We're done here. Well, that's a function of losing and all the pressure that's on him. You hear about pressure creating diamonds? In this case, it's bursting the pipes of the coach.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. That's taken on the 25. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Now, their last two drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
A big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here, they're trying to make it 3 in a row. They find some open field here. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
That was good tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Mon to the air on 1st and 10. He's going to get this one down to Cook. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, here's Mon. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd and 10, Mon. And he's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Here's Mon. Eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kellen Mond as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll take over with just 18 ticks remaining. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Von Miller picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Mond looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big play there for Minnesota.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
His throw caught at about the 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run on 1st down. Thomas, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. You know, following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues. Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. At that time, they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Now Fields. And he slings one that's incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Fields. And that's knocked away and incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Able to push his way through. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Cook following the penalty. Shifts by him. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Flushed out right. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
On 1st down, Cook. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another 1st down. Mon going to throw it. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Eddie Goldman able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So still 14 yards to go, 2nd down. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mon. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
Partner, it took a while for him to lock onto a receiver, and he finally found his man coming left to right across the formation. But by the time he got the ball to him, not much of a chance to turn upfield and make anything out of it.
And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the Bears are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
That certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. From the 27, Fields. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. A shotgun snap, Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger...
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a two-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful. And this is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Give to Cook out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
76 yards on the ground for him so far.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit him over the top.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
I think someone's going to get into QB1s here when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is good.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time it forced him to taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 47.
Back to throw, Fields. That's complete to Mooney.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done.
1st down, Bears.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Vikings are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
On the ground, it's Cook. Shifts past him at the 45. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. They go play action here. Mod. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Fields throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Here's Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they...
Oh, wide open, complete! And all the way down to the 40.
Salute when you see me. That jealousy is an ocean, and you either float or you sink. Moment of truth, credit check. You not approved. BB King, I'm in love with the blues.